Hi, everybody. It's good to see you. For anybody who doesn't know me, I'm Jessica, and I want to welcome you to this All Levels Willow Street Pilates class. What I'm going to do is offer uh, various options, and then you just choose what works for you. Always remember your personal modifications, and it's always important, but even most important today is listening to your body. So especially since I'm not there in the room with you, just really being very careful in that respect. You can always take a break. As you know, in Pilates, we always have another exercise coming right up. In terms of props, you probably already set up a mat or a towel or a blanket to be on, being sure that if it's a towel or a blanket, that it's not going to be sliding around on the floor. You might need an extra or want an extra blanket or towel in case you lie all the way down for the sidekick series. That's totally optional. And then we've all been stocking up. So if you use a sandbag and you happen to have a big old bag of rice around, that can go in the place of a sandbag. The first option is if you like to start standing, you can start standing. If you prefer, you can start seated. Remember, if we're starting standing, we're going to be in our Pilates V. You're going to hug the legs together and draw the abs in and up. So I'm going to go sideways. Hopefully you can see me here. Now, you can either go straight down, or of course the kind of more gentle way is to lift up off the heels. We're going to have one arm on top of the other. Lift up off the heels, pressing them together, and then leaning forward as you then sit all the way down. Now, once we're sitting there, a little kerplunking there is okay at the end. That last bit is always a problem, or an issue, I shouldn't say problem. We're going to sit at the front edge of the mat with one hand behind each side. You're going to take a minute to get some length. So feel the top of the head reaching to the ceiling, pulling the abs in, and we're going to right away round into a C curve. So pulling the low abs in, round into a C curve, shoulders easy, deepen into the powerhouse, and pause here for a moment. Be sure you're nice and easy through the front of the hips, and then focusing on the front of the body, the powerhouse. Let's draw that shape forward. Uncurl the spine as though you're sitting against a wall and sitting up nice and tall. Elbows are wide, abs are in. Let's do that again and go a little farther. So pull the low abs in, rounding back. Maybe this time you let the arms straighten a little bit. Sinking that center in and up, shoulders are easy, and then using the powerhouse, bring that rounded shape forward and uncurl the spine and sit up nice and tall. Now this time we'll carefully go all the way to the floor. So pulling the low abs in, rounding into a C curve, you're going to walk or slide the hands down the backs of the thighs until you're lying all the way down. Once you're lying down, let's straighten the legs, send the arms over your head, and just give yourselves a nice long stretch. So imagine someone's pulling on the wrists and pulling on the ankles, and stretch, 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 and release. And again, stretch, 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 and release. And one more time, nice long stretch, and release. Then we're going to bring the arms by the sides. Using your powerhouse, bend one knee and put the foot on the floor, and then bend the other knee and put the foot on the floor. Take a moment to just notice how your body's relating to the mat, where you might be holding tension, what's touching, what isn't, not to change anything. Take a nice full breath in, and as you exhale, just let your body melt into the mat. Feel the shoulders open and release. Feel the hips easy. Now we'll start to engage, but we're going to try to keep this neutral spine. So take a breath in, and as you exhale, imagine I put a heavy weight on your center and it sinks down. So we're just trying to engage the abdominal muscles, not push the back into the mat. So take another breath in, picturing the air expanding in the lungs so the rib cage expands to the side and the back. And as you exhale, feel the center sink in and up, zipping up the abdominal muscles, but again, not pushing the back into the floor, engaging the seat muscles. One more time with that. Take a breath in, sink the center in and up, feeling the back of the rib cage in the mat. Now we're going to work the upper powerhouse a little bit more. If your neck is delicate, it is fine to pass on this. You just keep your head down and continue this breathing. Take a breath in, sink the center in and up, bring the chin towards the chest, keeping space between the chin and the chest, and then lift the head and shoulders off the floor. You're sinking the center in and up. The arms are long by your sides. Curl up a little bit more. Shoulders stay broad and easy, a little bit more, and keep the tone so as you roll down to the mat, you try to keep the tension out of the neck. And then once you're down there, let the shoulders release and just gently roll your head to the one side and bring it center, and gently roll it to the other side and bring it center. Now using your powerhouse, you're gonna draw one knee into the chest and the other one into the chest. And we're gonna put one hand behind each side. Your feet are together, your knees are apart. You're just gonna kind of rock your hips side to side a little bit. You can do circles if you like. The idea is just kind of giving that low back a little massage, feeling the front of the hips and that low back release. Now we're gonna get ready for the 100. So you're gonna center your legs, place your arms on the mat next to you, and you're gonna send your legs up into your Pilates V. If you can straighten your legs, great. If you need to keep a little softening of the knees because you're a little tight through the backs and the thighs, that's fine as well. If you prefer to keep your head down, you really want to focus on sinking the center in and up so that back stays in the mat. We're going to take a breath in, sink the center in and up, lift the head and shoulders, maybe lower the legs a little bit and start to pump. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. If your legs are bent, you're pressing the heels together. If you can extend the legs, you're hugging them together. Every time you exhale, you're sinking the center down. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. You might want to put your head down, bring your legs up a little bit. Be sure the shoulders aren't punching up. You're reaching the arms long. We inhale fully. Be sure those legs aren't moving around. Keep sinking the center down. If you like, you can pick your head back up if you put it down, or leaving it down. Just have a couple more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. If you're more advanced, you can obviously lower the legs. Just 2 more sets. Last time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop pumping. Put your head down. Bend your knees into the chest. Next, we have the roll up. So place your feet on the floor. If you can extend your legs long, go for that. You're hugging them together. We want to be sure the powerhouse is engaged. Abs in and up, back of the rib cage into the mat. If you keep your legs bent, they'll be hip width apart, and just be sure the feet aren't too close to your seat. So I'll start with that version. We're going to take the arms up to the ceiling and kind of unplug them. Reach the fingers to the ceiling. And as you take your arms back, be very aware of the back of the rib cage. You want to keep that into the mat. We're going to inhale, arms, head and shoulders up. Maybe you need to hold on. You're going to round forward, let go, creating that nice rounded shape. And then we're going to pull the abs in, try to let the shoulders release. Maybe you need to hold on, one bone at a time, all the way down, arms over the head. Inhale, arms, head and shoulders up. Hold on behind the thighs if you need to. Rounding forward, take a breath in. As you roll down, the arms are parallel to the floor on the outside of the legs. You can even hold on. If your legs are straight, same thing. Just make sure it's nice and smooth. Inhale, arms, head and shoulders up. You push the low back into the mat, round forward. As you roll back down, the arms are parallel to the floor on the outside of those legs. We're going to pick up the tempo a little bit. If it's better for you to stay at the slower one, definitely stick with that. And then we roll back down, one vertebra at a time, arms over the head. Inhale, arms, head and shoulders up. Exhale as you go forward, releasing all the air. Take a breath in. So you can exhale through that challenging spot on the way down. Inhale, arms, head and shoulders up, rounding forward, rolling back down. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale, arms, head and shoulders up. Push the low back into the mat as you round forward, rolling back down. And here's 1 more. Inhale, arms, head and shoulders up, rounding forward. And just roll back down, 1 bone at a time, and pause at the bottom. We'll bring the arms by the side. You might need to scooch forward, maybe pull up your pants a little bit. We're going to then go into the leg circles, single leg circles. So the first option is to have both feet on the floor. We're going to bring the right leg into the chest. This gives a little more stability with the foot on the floor. If you're more advanced or you feel more comfortable, you can extend that leg. We're going to move the thigh bone around in the hip socket a little bit just to feel that it can move freely. Then you're going to center it and send it to the ceiling. Hold on behind the back of the thigh or the calf and just gently give it a little stretch. Keeping the leg directly up to the ceiling, you're going to rotate it a little bit and stretch that way as well. It's a different stretch. You might feel more on the outside here. Now you're going to center the leg. You can, even if you have the leg straight, maybe keeping a slight softening in the knee to be sure the hip stays loose is nice. Or if you need to bend the knee more, that's fine. You're going to press the arms into the mat. Before you start, sink the center in and up, shoulders down, ribs into the mat. We start the circles to the left. Start over to the left, circle and up. Inhale to start, exhale up. Cross around and up, and cross around and up, and cross, around and up. Now we go the other way. You lower, cross, and come up. Be sure you don't go too wide and up. Inhale to start, exhale, sink the center in and up, lower, cross and up. One more time, and pause. Now, if you do that scissors transition, go for that. If not, just bend the leg, make sure that hip's nice and easy. Send that leg to the floor, or keeping it on the floor if you keep that, if you had the left on the floor. And then we're gonna bring the left leg up. So just kind of move it around a little bit, nice and easy. We're gonna send it up to the ceiling first to give it that stretch, so hold on behind the back of the thigh or the calf and gently pull it towards you. Rotate it out, getting that stretch as well. You're gonna soften the knee as much as you need to. Press the arms into the mat. Be sure your abs are in and up, ribs down, shoulders easy, back of the neck long. We start the circles to the right. Cross over, around and up. Nice and loose. Inhale to start, exhale to come around. We want to be sure this right side stays nice and still. Inhale to start, deepen into the powerhouse. Let's do one more in that direction, and now reverse it. Inhale to start, exhale up. If you straighten the leg a little bit more, go for that. If you can do a bigger range of motion, you can just go a little lower, lower, crossing up, and last time, and pause. If you do the scissors kick, go for that. If not, pull that leg into your chest. We're going to draw the other leg into the chest. We have two options. If you like, you can do a roll up, so you can extend the legs and do a roll up. And if rolling is not good for you, you can roll to the side to sit up. If not, feet are together, knees apart. Let's lift the head and shoulders and just start rolling forward and back, massaging the spine until we come all the way up for rolling like a ball. So kind of getting situated with the front edge of the mat, one hand behind each side to get started. Pull the low abs in and really round into that C curve, being sure that the low abs are creating a curve in the low back. You're gonna walk your feet in and lift them up, elbows are wide. We're gonna rock back just to the tips of the shoulder blades. We're gonna come just to the low back and then go back again and then come up. So we're not gonna come all the way up this first one. So we're gonna pull the abs in, tip the pelvis, rock back just to the low back, go back and then come on up and put the feet down and take a break. We want to be sure that we keep this shape the same, so we don't want the feet to fly out. We're going to do one more just like that, just to get that low back kind of warmed up. It's still kind of fairly early in the morning. We'll inhale, pull the abs in, rock back, just to the low back, go back, and then come all the way up. Now let's try one with the hands here, coming all the way up in one movement. Inhale to go back, lift your hips, push your low back in and come up. You can stay here. If you can, we're going to now cup the shins with the hands and be sure the fingers are all together so the little ones didn't splay out. Nice, easy shoulders. Here we go, rolling like a ball. Inhale to go back. Exhale to come up. Stay nice and curved. Inhale to go back. Trying to keep the shoulders easy. Let's do one more. Rocking back and coming up and put the feet down. So I'm going to do a quick review of the stomach series, the first two exercises, because I'm not sure if everybody has done a lot of this. So you're going to put the hand that comes across will be high, the same arm as leg is low, and then we switch. So we want to be sure that the hands switch, they don't like to, right? So we switch this way. And just so you know, the reason that this is done this way is we're pulling the knee towards the shoulder. If we had the hands the other way, we'd probably yank it out to the side. The next exercise, the double leg stretch, the feet are together, knees are apart. If your head is down, you want to be sure you keep the back in the mat. The arms go up to the ceiling, straight up to the ceiling. Back just far enough that the ribs stay on the mat, you circle around, and then we squeeze tight. At the same time, we extend the legs, circle the arms, bend the knees. And remember, we let the arms get a head start because we don't want those feet to come apart. So at the front edge of the mat, we're going to roll down one vertebra at a time. Once you're down there, draw the knees into your chest. Let's say you're going to put the right hand on your right ankle, the left hand above it. If you can, lift your head and shoulders and extend the left leg. Extend it so it can be straight. So if it can't get straight to the ceiling, send it out a little bit. Then we switch. Left hand is low. And switch. And switch. And switch. If you can make the legs go lower, that's fine. They stay about eye level. So you want to be sure it's going straight out. You don't want a bicycle, right? And switch. If you need to put your head down, you do that. And you just are very conscious of keeping the back and the floor, scooping the abs. Be sure you're breathing and switch. Let's do one more set, switch and pause. Now both legs are in, feet together, knees apart. Lift your head and shoulders if they are down. Inhale, arms to the ceiling by your head. Stretch the legs, circle the arms, squeeze in tight. Inhale, scoop, extend. Exhale, come around. The head doesn't move. You keep focusing on a spot in front of you. Inhale, scoop. Exhale, squeeze the air out. Nice long stretch. Circle around. 2 more. Scoop those abs. And in last time. Now you can put your head down for a little break. Send both legs up for the scissors. Both hands go behind the right thigh or calf. You pull that towards you and send the left away. And then we switch. And switch. You want to bend the elbows, so wherever the hands are, the elbows are bent and the legs are straight. You can lift your head and shoulders as you do this. Scooping the abs, getting a nice stretch on the backs of the thighs. And switch, and switch, and switch, and pause. So put your head down for a moment. If you're going to keep your head down, your arms will be by your sides for this next exercise, the lower lift. If your back is delicate, you place your hands under your hips. If I was to walk in front of you here, I would see your fingers poking out. If you're lifting the head and shoulders, we know we put one hand on top of the other behind the head. So if you're doing this one, you're going to lift the head and shoulders off the floor, let the head be heavy in the hands, use the powerhouse to lift up, and send the legs to the ceiling. Lower lift. Inhale the legs lower, exhale scoop to come up. It doesn't have to be big. You want to be sure the back stays the same in the mat. Inhale to lower, you're coming up just to 90. Inhale to lower, exhale to come up. If you can go lower. You just want to be sure you don't feel that in the back. Inhale to lower, trying to keep that scoop. 2 more times, lower, lower, lower lift. Last time, lower, lower, lower lift. Next we have the crisscross. Bend the knees, take your left elbow towards your right knee and extend the left leg. And switch. Now the trick is we're trying to keep the shoulders off the floor and switch and breathe. So let's inhale for 2 and exhale for 2. And look behind you as you go. And exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, last set, and pause. Bend your knees into your chest, put your head down, give yourself a little squeeze, and then place the feet on the floor, extend your arms nice and long, giving yourselves a nice long stretch, feeling those abs stretch out, and collapse, just like we did at the beginning. Nice long stretch, and release, and one more time. Now you can do a roll up here. If you need to roll to the side to sit up, you can do that, or rock up. So hopefully everybody's doing well. Maybe a thumbs up. A lot of people would like that. Just be sure everybody's good. Okay, so next we have spine stretch forward. So we're going to sit. Your legs are about the width of the mat. And imagine that you're sitting against a wall. So we're nice and tall here. Head is on the spine. We take the arms about the shoulder width apart. We inhale and get a little taller. And then exhale, pull the abs in and curve over an imaginary ball. And then work the powerhouse to sit up nice and tall, stacking each vertebra on top of the previous one. Exhale, pull the abs in and round over. And inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale as you go over, really working the abs. And then as you come up, letting the shoulders release down the back. We do that again. Exhale, rounding over. And coming up. One more time. Exhale as you round over. And inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Now be sure that there's plenty of mat behind you. We're going to go into open leg rocker. So the legs stay the same distance apart. Relax the feet. Let's bend the knees and place the feet on the floor and put one hand behind each thigh. We're going to lean back a little bit, scooping the abs so that we're really supporting the back. So if I did not do that, it would be in essence arching the back, which is a big no-no, right? So we're going to pull the abs in. So as you round back, you're behind those sits bones. We're going to walk the feet in and lift them up so your toes are about eye level, elbows are wide. Once again, we're just going to aim for the tips of the shoulder blades. Inhale, pull the low abs in, rock back, lift your hips, push your low back in, and lift the chest. Inhale as you go back, lift your hips, push the low back in, come on. And inhale to go back, exhale to come up. One more like this, and then take a little break. Now you can continue in that version, or if you can straighten the arms or straighten the arms and the legs. Be sure as you straighten limbs that you really lift the hips on the back end, or else you'll kind of do that almost backward somersault thing. And if your legs are straight, be sure that you're holding more towards the calves than up by the ankles, which gives us a rounded upper back. So we're going to sit tall, abs in and up. You're going to pull the low abs in, rock back, lift your hips, push the low back in, lifting the chest. Inhale to go back, lift, Exhale to come up. And let's just do one more. Tip the pelvis, rock back, and come up. Bring the legs together. We have a couple of options here. You can take the arms to the side, roll down, it's a little more advanced, or you can soften the knees and just roll to the mat, one bone at a time, putting your head down. Be sure that you still are on your mat, unlike me. And just release the neck and shoulders. So this next exercise, the corkscrew, is all about the lower body, so we really want to try to stabilize the upper body. So we do that by pressing the arms into the mat, and you do want to feel your hands in the mat. Sometimes what happens is the wrists pop up a little bit like this. I don't know if you can see here. And I just want to be sure that the arms are long, because with wrists up, it gets into the shoulders. If your back is delicate, your hands go under your hips, right? So I can see the fingers out. Shoulders easy. Send your legs up into your Pilates knee. Again, the heels can be together, knees bent a little bit with a diamond shape, or you straighten the legs. We're going to start small. So inhale and take your legs over to the right. Do a little half circle as you exhale to the left, and then cut back to the center. Is everything still in place at top? Does your feet get funny? If your knees are bent, it's this way. Over to the left. Exhale so you can scoop those abs all the way to the right and come center. Inhale to start right. Exhale as you come around and pause. And over to the left, circling around and pause and bend your knees. We're going to do 2 more sets. If you know corkscrew 2, you will do that where you add the little lift at the end of the circle. So think of it as a continuation of it. So we're going to inhale to the right, exhale as you circle around. If you can, you lift the hips a little bit. You can also just stay in corkscrew 1. You would just stay here. Inhale as you go to the right, exhale, circle around, pausing, lifting a little. And last time to the left, if you're lifting, and then just bend your knees into your chest. So you can either extend the legs, arms over the head, and do a roll up to sit up, or you can rock up to a seated position or roll to the side. So you're going to stay in your same orientation with your legs up the width of the mat. I'm just going to face you so you can maybe see a little better what's going on. Next, we have the saw. Actually, I think I'm getting a little warm. Take this off. So for the saw, we're going to start with our arms over our heads, nice and tall. So you're trying to get some length in the waist. So imagine someone's pulling on the wrist and we're trying to lengthen through the waist. You're going to turn the palms and press them down. You want to be sure you can see your hands out of your peripheral vision and that the hands are a little lower than the shoulders, so we're not up like this. We're going to inhale and sit tall, and you're going to twist all the way over to the right. You're going to move the opposite arm. The big ball is on this side, so I'm going to pull my abs in as I round over, and inhale, sit tall to face front. Twist all the way to the other side. Be sure this opposite hip stays down. Let the back arm just dip and reach, and inhale, sitting tall. We're trying to keep the arms nice and straight. Lift up, twist, exhale as you round over. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, twist and reach. Inhale, sitting up tall. And exhale, letting that back shoulder be easy. Inhale, tall, and then last time, the other side. And sitting up nice and tall. Notice how your toes still to the ceiling. Lower the arms and just shake your legs out. Very nice. So next we have a series of exercises on our stomachs. So you're going to swing your legs around. And you're going to come into a Sphinx position. If you do this in a plank on your knees, that's totally fine. And just remember, when we first come into this position, usually we're a little sunken. So what we're going to do is push away from the floor and then really pull the abs in. So I'm pulling the abs in to support my back. The chest is lifted. This first exercise we're going to do is neck roll. So just gently turn your head to the right. Look down to the mat. Be sure there's lots of space between your chin and your chest. And then look up to the left and look straight front. Shoulders are down, chest is lifted, abs are in, feet are relaxed. Look to the left. Look down to the mat. Make sure you still have that space between your chin and your chest. Look up and then straight front. One more time each side. We're hugging the legs together. Most important, scooping those abs and straight front. And then last time, starting to the left, circling down, all the way up and forward. So next we're going to go into single leg kicks, but we're going to do it lying all the way down. If you know swan dive and like to do a few repetitions of swan dive, that's fine. But we're going to put one hand on top of the other and put your forehead on the pillow that you created. You're going to lift each leg in turn to get a little length. So lifting the right leg, imagining someone's pulling on the ankle to lengthen it down. And then we do the same thing with the left. Lift it up and lengthen it down. Now I'm gonna hug the legs together, try to keep the feet relaxed, head is down, and we're gonna do single leg kicks. Kick and pulse with the right and put it down. Left leg, kick, pulse, and kick, pulse. Keep scooping the abs. Kick, pulse, thinking back to the thighs, kick, pulse. Last time with the left in this position and pause. Now if your back is happy with you being in this position, stay. If not, come back up into that Sphinx position. This time make a fist with one hand and clasp it with the other. So we're gonna push away, scoop the abs, feel the top of the head reaching out enough so the back of the neck can stay long, and we have the exact same exercise, single leg kicks in the full position. Kick, kick, and then the left. Kick, kick, and kick, 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 really working the backs of the thighs. Kick, 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 kick. Last set, and pause. Then we have the double leg kicks. We have a couple of versions here. So you're gonna lie all the way down, turn your head to the side. The first version, you have the arms by your side, so I'll just show the two variations and then you can select which one is best for you. We're hugging the legs together, abs are in and up. We start by kicking both legs at the same time. 2, 3. The legs come down. In this position, I'm just going to reach the arms, let them come off the floor as I try to bring the shoulder blades together, keep the back of the neck long, and I come down and turn the head. The other version is placing one hand on top of the other on the back. We slide the hands up and then let the elbows drift. Exact same beginning. Kick, kick, kick. Now in this variation, when you extend, if you can keep the hands one on top of the other and straighten them, great. If I can't get them straight, I'm going to separate them and come up. And then as I turn the head, I bring them back up onto the back. So as we do this, you just want to be sure that you're getting that opening of the chest. So picking whichever version you want, I'm going to do 2 here, and then I'll switch and do the ones on the back. Legs are long, abs are in, shoulders relax. So be sure the shoulders release each time. Here we go, double leg kicks. Kick, kick, kick. Legs come down, lift up, open the chest, reach the arms long, come down, turn the head, shoulders melt. 3 kicks. 1, 2, 3. Legs come down, lift up, 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 and come down. So your hands on your back, they're here, and be sure you switch the cross of the hands. Be sure when you're doing the kicks, the hips aren't pumping up, right? Here we go. 3 kicks. 1, 2, 3. Legs come down, lift up, opening the chest, and come down. Let the shoulders melt. 3 kicks. 1, 2, 3. If I can't get my arms straight here, I might separate them. And then you're going to come down. Everybody's going to let the arms just float by their sides. Be sure the shoulders are easy. Let the feet relax. And then after a moment, turn your head to face the other way. So you get a nice stretch of the neck there. Next, we're going to move into push-ups. So for push-ups, you're going to go either to your knees or your toes, wherever your push-up position is. We want to be sure that the wrists are right under the shoulders. The challenge with doing the push-ups in a plank on your knees is to avoid being in table. So sometimes to assist with that, if you come into table and then just extend the arms a little bit and then reach forward, you can establish that plank. You're pulling the abs in and up, head is on the spine, so you want to be sure you're not looking down or up. And we just bend the elbows straight back and push away. If you're on your toes, they're separated, and you have the same thing, pulling the abs and sending the tailbone to the heels. We bend and push away. We're going to do 3. And 1, 2. If you're on your knees, you're here. 3. And then everybody's either going to go to a back stretch like a cat back or all the way back similar to child's pose. Just getting a nice counter stretch. And then you'll just bring the hands by your heels, drop your tailbone and roll on up. And we're going to sit facing front again for neck pull. Now here, if you have something to fill in for a sandbag, that would be great. If not, no worries. We will figure it out. So everybody is going to have the legs hip width apart, whether they are straight or bent. It is fine on this exercise to help with the hands behind the back of the thighs. More important to have that smooth motion up and down then doing a more like not holding on and doing kind of what I call a hiya up and then a kerplunking back. So I'm going to start with the feet on the floor, knees hip width apart, legs hip width apart, and if your legs are straight, same thing, they're hip width apart. We're all going to put one hand on top of the other behind the head and take a moment to get some length. So the top of the head is reaching to the ceiling, press the head into the hands, go back a little bit with the straight back. We're going to reach the arms long, take your time going down. If you need to hold on, that's fine. Now I'm going to do a very modified version. If you can do the full version, you're going to go for it. We're going to inhale, arms, head and shoulders up. Maybe I need to hold on. Bring myself forward, let go, getting a nice curve. Then really enjoy this articulation of the spine. Top of the head reaching to the ceiling. You're going to push your head into your hands as you go back. Maybe you don't need to move the hands all the way, maybe just a little bit. Just be sure you're not yanking on the neck. And the arms come down. Now another version is to have the hands on the sides of the legs. You can do this with bent legs and still hold on. I'm going to show it with the legs extended. We inhale, head and shoulders up. Keep the arms straight as they slide on the outside of the leg all the way to the ankles. Inhale to sit up tall. Once again, getting that length. Go back a little bit with the straight back. Reach through the heels. Always feeling sure that you can do whatever variation to come down. At the bottom, what happened to the ribs? Are they still down? You can also cross the arms across your chest unless you're all the way fully here. So if they're here, you just come up, crossing them across here, rounding forward. Everybody brings the hands behind the head if they aren't there yet. Go back a little bit with a straight back and take your time, rolling all the way down to the mat. And then once you're down there, you might need to scooch forward a little bit. And we are going to place the feet on the floor to get ready for shoulder bridge. So taking a moment to feel the length of the spine from the tailbone all the way up to the top of the head. The arms are long by your sides. Abs are in and up, ribs are down. Be sure your feet are as close to your seat as is comfortable for you. That will make it so the backs of the legs don't have to work too much. But of course, if your knees start to talk to you, you just take them out a little bit more. We also want to be sure we keep the legs in parallel. So again, those hands are in the mat, so you're not making bridges with your wrists. You're going to inhale, and you're first going to pull the low abs in so the tailbone leaves the floor, and then the low back leaves the mat, the middle back, the upper back, until you are truly a plank here. So if I put a little marble at your knees, it would roll straight down. It wouldn't get stuck where you didn't have your hips lifted enough, right? Then we're going to articulate the spine as we roll down. So try to see if you can almost feel each vertebra in turn into the mat. Tricky down at the bottom is to try to get the low back, then the tailbone, and then the front of the hips. So at the bottom, you want to be sure you release the front of the hips. Let's do just that much again. Lifting the tailbone, the low back, middle back, upper back. Now at the top here, take a moment to reach your knees away from you to lengthen it, maybe reach your arms too. And then as you roll down, try to see if you can resist those hips coming down. So you really take your time. You can really feel those low vertebrae stretching out. And once you're at the bottom, just release the front of the hips. Okay, we're going to do a few of the leg action with our hips on the floor. So notice the relationship of your back to the mat. That is not going to change at all. So you're going to use the powerhouse. It's neutral spine. Remove my arm so you can see. So I'm not pushing the back into the floor. My abs are in, but there's kind of almost like air between, not a huge gap on my low back. Everybody's obviously built a little differently, so you will feel this a little differently. Without that changing at all, send the right leg to the ceiling and flex the foot. You're going to take it down so it's even with the other leg, point the foot and keep it up, but try not to let the torso change at all. Flex it down, point it up, flex it down, point it up, stop at the top, bend the knee, and gently put that foot down. Feel the symmetry, feel that strength of the powerhouse, and send the left leg up. Same thing, nothing changes in the torso. Flex it down so the legs are even, point it up. Flex it down, point it up. Let's do one more. Flex it down, point it up. Bend the knee and put the foot on the floor. Now we're going to do that with the hips off the floor. Try to imagine we still have some of the support of the mat. So you're going to start by lifting the tailbone, the low back, the middle back, the upper back. Be sure you secure the powerhouse. Hips are lifted enough. They're going to stay even. Put all the weight in your left foot and send that right leg to the ceiling. Flex the foot. Go straight down with the flex foot and point it up. Flex it down, point it up. If you're feeling want more of an advanced version, you can take the leg lower. It's just that you can't let that hip drop. One more time, pause at the top, bend the knee, and put the foot on the floor. Feel the weight in 2 feet. Now shifting the weight suddenly, I shouldn't see a shift, but you got all the weight in that right foot, so the left leg is free to go up. Flex the foot. Go straight down, point it up, flex it down, point it up. If you want to challenge, take it a little lower, but be sure the hips stay lifted. Last time, pause at the top, bend the knee, put the foot on the floor, lift the hips. Are the legs still in parallel? Is your powerhouse in? Is the back of the neck long? Arms long by your sides? Little checklist, and we're going to roll down. One bone at a time. Feel each bone release. Once you're at the bottom, release the hips. You can wiggle them a little bit, and then just draw the knees into your chest and give yourself a little release. Very nice. So you can either rock up or extend your legs, hugging them together and do a roll up. And next we have spine twist. So spine twist, you're sitting the length of the mat, and I'm going to sit facing you again, but just so you can see here, I'm trying to have the back nice and straight. If it's a little hard for me to sit up, I'm going to bend the knees because I really want this nice straight back. The idea behind spine twist is we are trying to get that sense of wringing out the waist like a washcloth. So we want the sensation to be here as opposed to up in the shoulders and the ribs. So we're going to hug the legs together, flex those feet actively, and take the arms to the side. I like the image that you might have a pole strapped to your arms so that if you were moving it, the pole would let you move your arms. So you're going to inhale and sit tall. Be sure you can see your hands out of your peripheral vision. They're a little lower than your shoulders. Inhale and get taller. Slowly twist to the right. Look behind you and see if you can twist some more at the waist. Inhale, come center. Exhale, slowly twist to the left. Squeeze those legs together. Look behind you, twist to the waist some more, and come center. Now we want to be sure the feet aren't walking, so you want to really squeeze them and flex those feet. Let's add the pulse. Inhale to get taller. Exhale, pulse, pulse. Inhale, center. Exhale, pulse, pulse, and center. Exhale as you go. Inhale, center. Be sure the trailing arm isn't going too far. It's staying back. We have one more set. Pulse, pulse, and then last time to the left. And pulse. And then lower the arms and shake your legs out. Okay, so next we're going to go into the side kick series. So you're going to line up along the back edge of the mat. And for the very first exercise, the front back, we have a couple of options. Well, actually, 3 options. So for this first one, well, first let's get lined up first. So we're going to line up along the back edge of the mat. Using your powerhouse, swing the legs forward. So you have a 45-degree angle between your thighs and your torso. You can stay here. This is where that extra towel or blanket between your arm and your head can be a good idea because it keeps your head in alignment. You can also bring your head to your hands. Or for this first one, you can bring your up onto your forearm. What's nice about this one is that you really then have to lift and feel the underneath side of the powerhouse working. So a lot of times people kind of like this version just for the front back. The top hand, what do we do with it? The first version is here. You can also take it out to the side, being sure it's straight in front of you, that it is straight in front, and that you're keeping the arm plugged into the shoulder socket. The last one is behind the head. So I'm going to do a more basic one with the hand here. We're going to be sure the top leg is just as long as the bottom leg. Pull the abs in, chest is lifted, lift the top leg up hip height, and we start with front back. So swing the leg to the front. As you go to the back, you lengthen. If the arm is here, you just want to be sure it's not moving. Swing it front and take it back. So the first few, you're just kind of establishing it so that the torso is not reacting. So I want to be sure there's nothing going on in the torso. Let's add a pulse to the front for a challenge. Pulse, pulse, long leg back. Pulse, pulse, really lengthen it, scoop those abs. Pulse, pulse, long leg back. And last time, front, front, all the way to the back, and then we come home. Okay, next we have up, down. So if you're going to come down to here or all the way down, be sure again that that top leg is just as long as the bottom leg. You can keep the arm here on the mat or behind the head. You're going to lift it up, rotate it out. We have up, down. So you're going to point on the way up and flex it to come down. It's going on a slight diagonal, and you're resisting, working the midline to come down. Point it up and flex it down. The challenge is keeping the hips stacked here. So you want to be sure they're not opening up. Down, down, down. Getting that nice rotation of the thigh bone. Resist as you come down. Point it up, resist, but also lengthen as it comes down. So you're really lengthening out from the hip. Easy up with an inhale. Exhale, resist to come down. Let's do 2 more. Point it up, down, down, down. Last one, up, and pause. Be sure you're still lined up, that you didn't squeeze the seat and scooch forward. Now, keeping the outwardly rotated position, shaping the foot, meaning you point it and relax the toes. We have little soccer ball sized circles. The heels almost brush, and we want to be sure we get the back end of the circle as well as the front end. We do 5 in each direction. Here we go. Circle, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then reverse the direction. Back and around, 4 and 5. Now you're going to put this leg down for a moment. Is it still as long as the bottom leg, or did it shorten a little bit? Now we change to parallel for the bicycle. Lift the leg hip height. You're going to swing the leg straight front, bend the knee, take it in back, and straighten it from the knee down. Inhale as you go front, bend it. Exhale as you take it to the back, straighten it long. Swing it front, bend it, take it in back, straighten it out. We got one more. Swing it front, bend it, take it behind you, straighten it out, and then come home. Still hip height. The reversal, a little more challenging. As you go back, think length and diagonal, bend it, take it in front, stretch it out. So you want to keep the low back long. Straight back, work the back of the thigh as you bend it, take it in front, stretch it out. Long leg behind you, feel that stretch in the front of the hip, bend it, take it in front, stretch it out. Last time, straight back, bend it, take it in front, straighten it out, and come home. Okay, now that leg gets a break. We have 2 options. You can just put the knee down. If you do, be sure it's really out of the way of the bottom leg. Or you kick it up, bend the knee, grab that ankle, and put the foot on the floor. This bottom leg is going to be flexed. We're reaching through the heel to keep the action coming from the hip, not the knee. So you're going to lift the leg way up, lower it with control. Lift it way up, lower it with control. Now we're going to lift it up and pulse it 4 times. Up, up, focus on the inner thigh and the powerhouse, and lower it. Now you can continue with pulses, or we're going to move into circles. So lift the leg a little bit, reaching through the heel so the circles are coming from the hip. That's a lot of work, right? That's a long leg. Here we go. Circle, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then reverse. Back and around, 4, and 5. Excellent. Put that leg down, extend the other one on top of it. Now you're in your Pilates V. Heels together, toes apart. The hand can be here or here. If it's here, it's probably going to take a little bit of the work. That's okay. But we're trying to focus on powerhouse and the inner thighs. The legs come down. You lift both legs up. The hands are here. That's good. Then you're going to lift them up, top a little higher, tap the bottom one up to it, and lower both legs. So now we're going to move into some big side leg action. Again, be sure the top leg is just as long as the bottom leg. We're going to start with a sideways bicycle, also known as passe développé. So you're going to draw the toe to the knee, extend the leg up, flex the foot, and resist as it reaches for the bottom leg. Point the foot, draw it in and up, and flex it down. Let's do one more in that direction. Point it in and up, flex it down. Now the reversal, keep that flex foot, go up with a straight flex foot, point the toe, bend the knee, and slide it long. Flex it up, point it, touch the toe to the knee and slide it long. And last time, up, point it, touch the toe to the knee and slide it long. And next we'll go into hot potato. I'll just do a review of that. So what we're going to do is keep the leg a little outwardly rotated, and we're going to try to tap close into that bottom leg. Try to get the heel to tap with a shaped foot. If it ends up being a flex foot, that's okay. We just want to avoid so we're turned in or way out of the way. So the taps will be in front, and then we're always going to try to hit this outwardly rotated position at the top, and then we tap in close in the back. And we're trying to keep those hips stacked. We're going to start with the leg up to get prepared, and we have 4 taps. They can be air taps in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, kick it up. In the back, 1, 2, 3, 4, kick it up. Remember, if you need a break, you just take a break. 3 in front, and up, 3 in back, and up, 2 in front, 2 in back, and 4 big singles. 1 up, 1 up, 1 up, and 1 up. Excellent. First side is done. Let's lift the legs up, take them to the back edge of the mat. You're going to roll onto your stomachs and make a pillow with your hand, kind of like we did with the single leg kicks, that first version. And then we're going to lengthen as well. So you're going to lift one leg up. Imagine someone's pulling on the ankle, reach it down. So it feels much longer than the one that hasn't had its turn yet. And then do the same thing with the other leg. Now, we just create a little more space in that low back. So you're going to scoop the abs to fill it, hug the legs together. Keep scooping the abs. If this bothers your back at all, be sure you're scooping your abs. But if it does, you just take a break and turn to the other side. We're going to lift up and we have our 20 transition beats. I tap 2, 3, 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to roll to the other side. So I'm just going to swing around. Move it all set up. So hopefully everybody's doing well. We're going to line everything up nice and long first. And then you're going to swing your legs to the front corner of the mat. You can stay here with maybe a blanket or something under your head. You can come here. Or if you did this version on the first side, you're going to do it on this side as well. We want to be sure we've got that 45-degree angle between the thighs and the torso. And the top leg is as long as the bottom leg. Hand can be here, here, or here. I'll go in the middle. You're going to scoop the abs so that underneath side is nice and lifted. Lift the top leg just about hip height. And we start with front back. Start kind of small and slow to get the position. Swing the leg to the front, and as you go to the back, imagine someone's pulling on your ankle. Swing it front with ease, and lengthen it to the back. Inhale as you go front, exhale as you go back. Swing it front, and take it back. Let's add a pulse to the front for challenge. Front, front, that's always optional. Taking it long to the back. Front, front, long leg back. Are you still scooping? Front, front, are the shoulders easy? Front, front. Let's do one more, might be a bonus one. Front, front, all the way behind you, and then come home. Then we come all the way down, either to the arm or head to the hand. Again, making sure the top leg is just as long as the bottom one. You're going to rotate out, going on that slight diagonal for up, down. Point the foot and kick it up, and flex it and take your time to come down. Point it up, flex as you come down. It's easy on the way up. There's length and resistance as you come down. We're working on keeping the hips stacked, down, down, down. Easy up, you're resisting, but also lengthening out from the center. Point your foot on the way up and flex it down. And last time, up and pause. Now shaping the foot, meaning you point it, relax the toes, still that outwardly rotated position, our little soccer ball size circles. Circle, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then reverse, back and around. 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to change to parallel for the bicycle. Lift the leg hip height, swing the leg front, bend the knee, take it in back, and straighten it out. Swing it front, bend it, take it to the back, extend. Inhale as you go front, bend it, take it in back, stretch it out. Last time, swing it front, bend it, take it in back, straighten it out, and then come home. Now the reversal. Straight leg back, bend it, take it in front, stretch it. Straight leg back, bend it, take it to the front, extend. Long leg behind you, bend it, take it in front, stretch it out. Last time, bend it, take it in front, straighten it out, and come home. Now that leg gets its little rest, so the knee comes down out of the way, or kick the leg up, bend the knee, and hold on to that ankle. The bottom foot is flexed, you're really reaching through that heel. Lift that leg way up, and lower it down. Lift it up and lower. Now we're going to do 4 pulses. Up, 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 lower. Now you can continue with maybe 8 more pulses, or we're going to do the circles, 5 in each direction. These are big. Lift the leg a little bit. Circle, 2, use the powerhouse, 4, 5, reverse the direction. Back and around, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully that leg stays straight. Now let that leg come down, extend the other one on top of it. We're going to create our Pilates V. So now both legs are working, trying to keep that crease in the hips. Both legs come up, both down. You can also have your hands behind your head, both up, both down. Now using the powerhouse in those legs, lift up, tap a little bit, and lower both legs. Be sure your shoulders are easy, you're still nice and long. We're going to take a moment to be sure that top leg is as long as the bottom leg, and we're going to go into our sideways bicycle, passe développé. Draw the toe to the knee, extend it to the ceiling, and reach through the heel to come down. Point the foot, draw it in and up, and flex it down. One more time in that direction. Point it in and up. Now pause at the bottom to reverse. Go up with a straight flex foot, point the toe, touch the toe to the knee, and slide it long. Flex it up, point it, and slide it long. And last time, long leg up, point it, touch the toe to the knee, and slide it long. Now we're going to finish up with hot potato. Let's do a little practice where you're tapping the heel close into the bottom leg, and then the back the same one, and we have that up position in the middle. So kick the leg up, get that rotation, shape your foot, 4 taps in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, kick it up and back. 2, 3, 4, kick it up in front. 1, 2, 3, and up, 3 and back. 1, 2, 3. Now we do 2, 2, and up, 2, and then we have 4 singles. 1 up, 1 up, 1 up, and 1 up. Very good. So this time just roll onto your backs, shake your legs out a little bit. You know the best time of class is coming. It's that teaser time. So we're going to draw the knees in, one hand behind each thigh, and just kind of rock your hips side to side, or you can do circles. And we're going to start with a teaser roll up. We'll do a few sets of teaser, so just so you can pace yourself. So this one, this teaser roll up, I think is great in terms of setting us up for a good controlled, precise teaser. So we're going to let our hands and our legs help us, our arms and our legs. So you have one hand behind each thigh, feet together, knees apart. First thing you're going to do is send your feet out so that your shins are tabletop. The arms will straighten. Next, we lift the head and shoulders, so my elbows are bent. They're going to stay bent. I'm going to push the legs away to bring myself up into a V. Now, what happens if I'm pushing and pulling and nothing's happening? If you push your legs out a little bit, you can bring them in and give yourselves a little boost to come up. Now, we want to keep the heels together, toes apart, chest is lifted. You're going to pull the abs in, tip the pelvis, add the middle abs in the middle back till the arms are straight. Push the legs into the hands, keep tipping the pelvis, working into the abs to roll all the way down and put your head down and draw your knees in. We won't do it that slowly, that's just to kind of give you a sense of it. Okay, so here we go. You're going to send your feet in front of you. Head and shoulders up, push the legs away to come on up, scoop those abs, lift the chest. Now pull the abs in, let those arms straighten. Keep deepening into the powerhouse and come down. This is an exercise you definitely do not want to feel it in the back, so be very careful. Listen to your body. If you need a break, take it. Send the feet out, head and shoulders up. It's all abs. Push the legs away to come on up. Of course, the arms and legs are helping a little bit. Now, if you'd like to try, you can let go and roll down, arms over the head. We're still going to hold on. Arms to the ceiling, head and shoulders up. Push the legs away to come on up. Let go if you can. If not, keep holding on. You want to be sure it's controlled all the way down, and then just draw your knees into your chest. Now, for a full teaser, if the backs of your legs are, flexible enough and you've got that strength, you can straighten the legs, but keeping them soft is fine. We're going to do another set, starting with the arms over the head, but still having the option of holding on. If you're not holding on in teaser, remember, you want to be sure that you're not doing this dippity-doo thing with the arms. So you want to be sure the arms stay above the thighs as you're doing that, right? Okay. So knees into your chest, arms over your head, send your legs out a little bit. Inhale, arms, head and shoulders up. Hold on if you need to establish it. At the top, scoop the abs. If you can, let go. If not, keep holding on. Scoop those abs, press the heels together, maybe squeeze the seat a little bit. Arms over the head. Inhale, arms to the ceiling, head and shoulders up, scoop to come up. Chest is lifted, abs in. Take a breath in, exhale to roll down. Let's do one more. Inhale, arms, head and shoulders up. Exhale, arms stay above the thighs if you're not holding on. Take a breath in. Exhale, roll down, and just draw the knees into your chest and rest. And then place your feet on the floor and extend your arms and your legs nice and long, giving yourselves a nice long stretch. And release. And again, lots of length. And release. And one more time. Nice long stretch. And release. And then bring your arms by your sides, bend your knees. Hold on behind the thighs, and you can rock up to a seated position, and we will get ready for the seal. So we're going to do a standing side stretch. I'm a standing mermaid today. So we will start with the seal. Now, the seal is a tighter position than rolling like a ball or open leg rocker, obviously. So sometimes the chances of getting stuck there are pretty high. So if you like, what you can do is do what we did with the rolling like a ball in the beginning, that you can come just to the low back, go back, and come up. And you might actually opt for that one, but that might be what happens. So just go with it so that you're getting that nice massage of the spine instead of popping up out of panic. So we bring the hands together and you drop them and hold on behind the backs of the thighs. If rolling isn't really for you, you can also just do the clapping and pull the abs into here. So if you're really getting stuck but you like this option, the other option is to go back to it, just some rolling like a ball. So bringing the hands together, holding onto the outside of the ankles, lifting up. We're going to clap the thigh bone. So the thighs are doing the claps. The feet just happen to tap. Here we go. Clap, clap, clap. Pull the abs in, rock back, lift your hips, push your low back in, and clap, clap, clap. Inhale to go back, lift your hips, push the low back in, clap, clap, clap. Rocking back, lift, and coming up, clap, clap, clap. Inhale as you go back, exhale, getting a nice spine massage. We have 2 more. Rocking back and coming up, clap, clap, clap. And last one, then you're gonna let go and we're gonna carefully come all the way up to a standing position. Hopefully you can see me here. So coming up into your Pilates V here, so your heels are together, toes are apart, abs are in and up, and weight is forward. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, bringing the arms way up over the head, lengthening, and then push the arms down, keeping the length in the waist, keeping the weight forward. Inhale up, and exhale, pressing the arms down one more time. Really trying to get lots of length in the waist, keeping that length, but letting the shoulders be easy. Then you're going to send your right arm up to the ceiling, move it over to your head. The opposite arm is dangling. We're going to go over to the side. This leg is going to stay heavy in the floor, that foot. Really feel a stretch here, then try to focus on those muscles, those side abdominal muscles to bring you up. Lower the arm close to your head and extend the left. Move it over. Go over to the side, letting that bottom arm dangle. Feel a delicious stretch on the side of the body and reach up and lower it down. Now, as the arm goes up, be sure you're not leaning back. So the arm goes up and you're keeping forward, abs in, nothing in the low back. Over to the side, maybe you can go a little bit farther and reach to come up, switching sides. Over to the side, letting that arm dangle and coming up. Scoop the abs. Let's do one more time each side. Be sure the abs are in and up, weight forward, hugging those legs together, and over to the side, and nice and tall. And then last time with the left up, over to the side, letting that arm dangle and come up and lower the arm. And just a little testing of the balance. Remember your Pilates V, your feet are not in a huge turn down position. Just, I don't know, maybe a fist could fit in between your toes. Abs are in and up, weight forward. When we inhale, we're gonna think of the inhale being so much air coming up, it allows our heels to float off the floor. And when we exhale, we come down to earth. So inhale, just float up a little bit, your heels stay glued together, and exhale down. Feeling the toes really relaxed in the floor. Inhale, rising up, working the abs, the inner thighs, and lowering down, feeling those toes melting into the floor the whole time. Easy up, shoulders are easy, hands easy by your sides. Long back of the neck. Easy up, keeping the weight towards the big toes, off of those little ones. And down, and easy up, and easy down. And we are done. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a great day.